Upholsterer Craig is Drew's stand-in driver.
You'll have to do what T does, you know.
What's that, insult you?
Little.
Oh.
Very, very little.
At a Lincolnshire antique centre, Craig reminisces.
So what your hair was like when you had it?
You're not coming again.
In the Peak District, Drew takes a fancy to a French bust.
You know I've got a bit of a thing for big fat ugly blokes.
And at a nearby manor house...
Wow, that's some place, isn't it?
That is not a bad old pile of bricks, that, is it?
Aristocratic drawers.
That's nice.
Reveal aristocratic drawers.
I'll chuck these in for another tenner.
In Conwy, at Drew Pritchard Limited, Rebecca and Alary are giving Drew's latest purchases the once-over.
Oh, look at these finials. Oh, these are beautiful.
I wonder where he got them from.
Well, I don't know, but you know, Drew, it doesn't matter whether he's rooting around in a sort of charity shop, a jumble sale, or a high-end dealer. If something just catches his eye that shouts quality, his eyes light up.
Drew has honed his buying instincts over more than 3 decades.
You have to train your eye in this business to do one thing above anything else, and that is to recognise quality in all aspects of that word. So it's with quality of manufacture, of materials used, and then life becomes much, much easier. You'll get a sort of more of a 360 view. You attune your eye to it. Some people are better than others, some people haven't got it at all, and some people have got it naturally.
To begin his latest search for superior items, Drew is taking to the road. But because T is unavailable for this journey, he's joined by upholstery restorer and friend for over 2 decades, Craig Hughes.
So T being off, I thought it'd be the ideal time to bring you out on the road with me.
Yay!
Driving the van, eating chips. It's brilliant, it's good for you.
Yeah, healthy diet.
Healthy diet, that healthy diet. You're with me now, don't you dare. It's curry and cake all the way.
Yay!
But bringing you along, you'll have to do what T does, you know.
What's that, insult you?
Little.
Oh.
Very, very little.
Oh, I'm sure I can manage that.
Yeah, T had 40 years practising taking the mick out of me. Now he does it for his living.
The boys are travelling over 100 miles to Bakewell in Derbyshire's Peak District, where Drew's arranged a visit to an up-and-coming dealer known for sourcing fine antiques from the UK and beyond.
Right then, you're in for a treat today. We're in Bakewell.
Oh.
Beautifulness.
Lovely.
Right? And we're off to see a guy called Thibaut, and he's a young dealer, and he's based in a big old country house and its outbuildings. He's got a good look, he's got a very good reputation. So he's a new dealer that I've not met, new setup, fresh eyes on the job.
So when we get to Bakewell then, are we having a Bakewell pudding or tart?
Well, you bet your bottom dollar we are.
Hey!
I tell you, we're not just having one, we're having as many as we can fit in.
Set in almost 4,000 acres of rolling Peak District countryside, for over 9 centuries, Haddon Hall, a fortified medieval manor house, has been the beating heart of the vast Haddon estate. In a rented barn on the grounds are 3 dealers: Daniela Lichters, Gordon Kennedy, and French expat Thibaut Bizoul, owner of Kingsbridge Antiques, a purveyor of French and European architectural and decorative items.
I just wanted to do something I really liked, and I always loved antiques. And I wanted to do something in my life that I loved. I love, I would say, decorative antiques with a level of distress to it, so I like the imperfection. Most of the antiques I purchase are sourced in France. Having said that, I also buy in the UK and in other countries in Europe. I think it'd be great to meet Drew, and I'll be interested to see what he can find and what he buys.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi, how are you doing? You all right?
Drew, how you doing, mate? All right?
Good to meet you.
Good to
Thibaut.
Hi, Craig.
Good to meet you, Craig.
Cool. Right, so let's
Come
get
on
stuck in.
Yeah?
Let's have a look what you got. Looks good. So how have you ended up here, then?
I'm based in Matlock, just 10 minutes down the road.
OK.
So...
That's not a Matlock accent.
It is not.
Where have you come from, then?
I was born in France, in Nantes, at the end of the Loire Valley.
OK.
Despite the accent, I've been here for 20 years, though, Drew.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
It's not wearing off, is it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
So you've got a real good mix. There's a bit of folk, well, there's a lot of folky stuff in here.
Yes, so we've got Swedish, French.
Is this open to the public?
It's trade only.
Trade only?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, okay.
yeah.
First look into Thibaut's barn here, and it's a really good eclectic mix, very, very different. There's a range of furniture from England, France, Spanish maybe even in there as well. There's all sorts in here. It's a really good mix, and that's what I like.
Castings, yeah.
Yeah. They're interesting, aren't they?
Nice things, yeah, very nice.
Do you know any history on them?
Yeah, so they're coming from a motoring museum in Scotland.
Yeah. The Scottish thing makes sense because some of the largest casting foundries in the world were in Scotland. The first thing I see that I'm definitely interested in is a pair of cast iron pilasters. Now, these are architectural elements that were made to bolt to the front of a building. Could be interior, could be exterior, either side of a doorway or mirror or window. And these are, I'm not going to say rare, but they're definitely scarce. You know, these are things you're not going to find often. And if you do, you might get one and, you know, and it'll probably have some damage. These are in lovely condition.
These iron pilasters are cast in a neoclassical ancient Greek form. They were probably manufactured in one of the many Scottish ironworks, which, during the early Industrial Revolution, were renowned for producing the best iron items when such ornamental sophistication was popular. In good condition and a rare pair, the desirable architectural antiques could be worth around £1,200.
What are you asking for those then, Thibaut?
We've got 600 on the pair.
That's not terrible, to be honest with you. Can you do 5, maybe?
Can't do 5, but we can meet in the middle if you want.
Sold.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm glad you bought them. You need to learn how to load the van, don't you?
I know exactly how to load the van, and I will sit there watching you load the van. £550 for the pair of pilasters, yes, that's great. That's a really good buy. They're worth £1,500 to £2,000 all day long, maybe even more. They are a really good architectural element, really good, dramatic and very quick to fit. You know, you can use them anywhere.
Old man?
Grumpy old man?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You like grumpy old
Yeah.
man?
What's on any see?
200 on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I will.
Yeah.
That will, yeah. Marvellous. Doing well.
Good.
This is good.
Good.
Why do I buy busts of unattractive older men? It makes me feel better. That's all. Because they're uglier than me, that makes me look good in the room. Bosh, everyone's a winner. What about your big, fat, ugly bust there? You know, I've got a bit of a thing for big, fat, ugly blokes.
So this one's plaster, probably. Actually, get 220 on that.
It's at Mes Enfants and
Mes Enfants. Yeah, so he probably did a couple of them on gift for his kids. So.
So for my children.
Yeah, that's right.
Was it 200?
It was 220, but it can be 200. Okay.
Marvellous. I just cannot say no to ugly old bloke busts. I just love them. There's just something about them, and what I like to do is buy as many as I can and then put them in big lines in the shop. I think they look great like that, and they sell better like that too. Can you tell me about these?
Yeah, I bought these at an auction some time ago. They've been sitting at home for some time. There were 8 of them.
Yeah.
I could only get my hands on 2 of them, and they're from Oxfordshire. So they would have been in a shop.
Yeah.
To showcase their skills and see what sort of ornament they could make.
There was 2. Let's call them plaster manufacturer casting display boards. They haven't got a great deal of age to them, to be honest with you. They're about 20 or 30 years old, I think, looking at them, if that, okay? But they look great.
Showcasing very fine craftsmanship, this pair of sample boards feature swirling Rococo and neoclassical examples of ornamental plaster castings. While the boards are relatively new, the castings themselves could be much older. Featuring bulls, foxes and other animals, they could be worth around £1,500.
What are you asking for them?
On these, I've got 350 each on these.
Do 500 the pair?
I can't do 500 on that.
Salvage expert Drew Pritchard and furniture restorer Craig Hughes, standing in for regular sidekick T, are hunting for quality items in the Peak District.
So you've got a real good mix. There's a bit of folk, there's a lot of folky stuff in here.
Where Drew's hoping to buy a pair of plaster casting sample boards.
What are you asking for them?
On these, I've got 350 each on these.
Do 500 the pair?
I can't do 500 on that.
600?
600.
Marvellous.
I think they're good things. They're very, very decorative.
They're very, very good things, aren't they? We end up buying them both for 600, 300 each. That's a great deal. I could sell them, just flip them quickly and make a couple of £100, but I'd rather just push them to the next level. So what I'm going to do to them is just aggrandise them a little bit more. So basically, put a nice frame around them, paint the back of them, put some nice hooks on this, and just make them very, very usable for an interior designer. And then I'm fairly confident they'll double their money. I think a couple of £1,000 should see those right, if I get it right.
They carved wood.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've had quite a few of these over the years. They come out of France all the time, like this Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
Somebody's had a go at it. Might be worth doing. Might be worth
I think
taking
it's
the
a nice
paint off.
thing, yeah, yeah.
Look at all that.
Yeah, the
Just in that-
greens,
just
the
look
reds.
at all those
yep.
colours there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, why would you take a paintbrush to that? That is stupid. This statue has a lot going for it. The height is really good, just under life size, I'd say. Carved in timber, was originally polychromed and gilt decoration to the whole. You can see little bits of it poking through. And then somebody, for some reason that I cannot fathom, has painted it over in horrible white paint. Just don't do it. Just, if you see original decoration, leave it alone.
This turn of the 20th century French Sacred Heart carved wooden Jesus was originally decorated in multicoloured paint, augmented with a shimmering gilt finish. Stripped back to its original hues, the life-sized religious relic could be worth around £1,500.
Yeah, so we've got 750 on that.
I just don't know, I'm not unsure about the paint, just getting all that. I can get it off, it's a lot of work. 650. Marvellous. 2 days' work from Gavin, very gently on certain areas of it. And we could see more of £1,000 profit in it, if we get it right. But it might take more than a couple of days. I always underestimate those things. It's probably going to take more like a week's work. So I'm going to put another few £100 into that thing. Then I'm going to have to see that money again. But I think it'll make it much more desirable. OK, right, I think we're done. Van?
Yep.
You get everything loaded up?
Okay.
I came out looking for quality, and we got it. Got it in spade loads today. A couple of really good busts. Got those wonderful sample boards. We got the Christ figure, and then we did get those fantastic early 19th century cast iron pilasters, hopefully Scottish. A rare little find that was. I'd have driven up here for those alone. I think they're great. Ticked every box they did. Bit of neoclassical splendour.
Spending time with Drew on Craig today was great. We had a lot of fun. We made a few deals on, learned a bit. We had a great time, really.
After a busy day's buying, time to sample a local speciality.
Some pudding for you.
Ooh, Bakewell tart. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
It is, it's a big fat one, that.
Look at the surroundings as well. Sat here, it's very beautiful. Couldn't be more British, could it?
No, no.
Absolutely fabulous. Anyway, cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely job. Let's get this down.
Right, OK.
It's a new day, and Drew and upholsterer Craig's search for standout items continues just 15 miles down the road, where Drew has arranged a revisit to another of the Peak District's grand houses.
Right, a rare treat for you today, Craig. We're going to meet Sir Richard Fitzherbert, and he's a thoroughly nice man. And he lives at Tissington Hall.
Well, it sounds nice.
It's beautiful.
It's almost 10 years since Drew last perused 17th century Tissington Hall, when he and owner Sir Richard Fitzherbert hit it off over a stained table.
Ah, it's soaked in oil.
The Qataris paid a lot of money for that sort of thing, won't they?
Drain the table out. There's at least a litre in there, isn't there?
That's right. Well, that's worth it. Oh, gosh, at today's prices,
There's about 15 quid in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Last time I came here, I bought a tatty old table covered in oil out of a shed.
Oh,
And some tatty old armchairs out of the cellar.
well, you never know, you might find some more tatty old things in the shed.
But it being a big hall, you know, the opportunity to find some real classy bits is always there. And I'm doing my best to try and get all of it out of it.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
That is my job.
The manor house, Tissington Hall, sits in 2,000 acres of the Southern Peak District. Owned by the Fitzherbert family since the 15th century, the Jacobean house and 50 more properties all belong to current lord of the manor, Sir Richard Fitzherbert.
I inherited Tissington Hall in 1989 from my late uncle, Sir John Fitzherbert. My father had died when I was 12, so I was the next one in line. And we can now boast 400 years of longevity of being the same family, staying and living in the house that my forebears built. Tissington Hall has many items in it that have been collected by my family, but it's not just the house that we've got bits and bobs in. There's the cellars, there's the outhouses, and there's various other nooks and crannies around the house that hopefully you'll have a good old rummage in. I'm very happy to listen to any offer that Drew might have for anything that we've got here.
Wow, that's some place, isn't it?
That is not a bad old pile of bricks,
Yeah.
that, is it?
Yeah, I wonder if he wants to swap for mine in North Wales.
I doubt it. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you.
And you.
Craig.
And you.
Hi.
Marvellous.
Hello, right. Come on in. It's been a long time.
It has. You're going to
Come
flog
on
me.
in.
You're going to flog me some good gear today.
Well, we'll find out if we've got any left. Come on
Here we
in.
are again.
Yeah.
Still got him.
Still got them. I keep them in here, and as you can see, this is where the cat has a gnaw at them occasionally, you know. But don't you like that? It's a little bit of wear.
Yeah, I like it. Got to be honest, I do like it. God, they're lovely. Last time I was here, I had a really good look at the Chippendales that Richard owns. They're just wonderful. This is real Chippendale, commissioned for the house. Anyway, I can't buy those, so...
No, they're not available,
Show me
I'm
something you
afraid.
want to get rid of.
Right, OK, well, let's come this way. Let me go first and show you the way.
So Richard is always fun to deal with. Likes a giggle, likes to have a good laugh, also likes to get rid of stuff he doesn't want. Regardless of what we find today, I get to wander around this wonderful house again, look at other things that I haven't seen before. You never know.
So we're going through the pulpit staircase here, past the dining room, and then through to the staff bit.
only.
Yeah.
I always end up in this bit.
Right, come this way, Drew, Craig, we're going to go.
That for a
This
housekeeper's
is the
cupboard.
staff, the old staff quarters of the house, all the cupboards that the housekeepers had. Yeah. And now we're in the old staff hall, where the staff have their coffee at their coffee break and things like that.
I don't know if I came in here last time, did I?
Well, it might have been a bit different. We've sort of tarted it up a bit and things like that.
Yeah. So what's to go in here then?
Well, I don't know. We've got these chairs. They're not getting any use.
No. There's only 3, or is there more of them?
Well, I think we got up to 12 if we find them. One's a carver as
They're not
well.
worth much. Honestly, they're not worth a lot of
okay.
money. There's some dining chairs in there. We have a client looking for 4 good, cheap dining chairs to go with a very expensive table they bought from us. So having Craig with me as well is the ideal opportunity to get him to give me a price for doing them while we're here. How much is that going to cost per chair?
If you're going for real leather, you're probably going to be looking 120 quid a chair.
These 19th century English dining chairs in mahogany and leather have seen better days, but with some expert reupholstery from Craig, they could each be worth around £200.
I mean, if they were dirt cheap and you want rid, I'll buy them, but they'd have to be dirt cheap.
Do you want to see all 12 of them?
Let's have a look at that. But
If we've got all 12 of them, got them maybe outside.
All right. Well, we'll
Let's
stick
have a
them all
look.
together.
Okay.
We can carry on having a wander about.
OK, follow me, gents. We'll go down to the cellar. Just mind the steps as you come down.
Okey-dokey.
I think you've been down here before.
Yeah.
was it
Mind your
10
step
years
there,
ago?
Craig. Craig's getting on.
Yeah. My Zimmer frame doesn't fit on the steps.
I remember
Come on
that.
through into this sesame.
Yes.
Open sesame.
Excellent.
Have a good old sniff round here. The times.
1968.
Before this man was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were
Bloody
you in
hell.
I was
1968?
probably working then.
Ah, here are the chairs. I think if we take these off, there'll be a few more here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's a carver.
The carver, yeah.
So how many are we up to?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
there.
6, 8
Three
so far.
upstairs.
Yeah, these are in similar condition, if not worse. Yeah, they're really quite bad.
There's nothing special there, is there?
Nope, nothing. Newt. There's another couple of those chairs down there, so they'll add to the pile. I'm just hoping we can get 4 good ones out of this set, however many he's got. I think he said he's got 11 or 12 of them.
It's like going underground, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're going to head right up to the top of the house
Righto.
to a little old bathroom that's full of stuff.
Cool. What about this chap?
Well, the military chest.
Yeah. Didn't even see that. Right, Craigie.
Yeah.
We need to do some moving, chap.
Okay,
We need to do some moving, right? So,
What are you doing? Where are you going?
Campaign chest there.
Oh, that.
Campaign furniture for me is one of my great loves, and I just like having it around. It's just so well built. You know, if you're going to go and invade somewhere, you know, you'd have to take your dinner jacket and your hunting clothes and your, you know, your fine tablecloth linen and all of that, and that's what we'd be putting these things. And then they'd be humped around the world. Looking for a name. Sometimes they say they're made by a company called Army and Navy.
oh, yeah.
It'd be on the top there, usually. It's a strange model.
Which was on Victoria Street.
Yeah. So when I open the top drawer, I'm looking to the right-hand side of the top drawer because I'm looking for a maker's mark there of one particular maker, and it doesn't have it. But it's a piece of campaign furniture. It's right in front of me. I'm going to try and buy it.
Made in England around 1890, this is a 3-drawer military campaign chest in brass-bound mahogany. Enduringly popular pieces of furniture, this sturdy, desirable example could be worth around £1,300.
What would you like for that? Would you like me to give you a bid on it?
If you give me a bid on it, I would figure.
500 quid?
I wasn't so far off that.
What would you like?
700?
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is scouring a Peak District manor house for desirable items.
So we're going through the pulpit staircase here, past the dining room, and then through to the staff bit.
only.
Yeah.
In an old attic bathroom, he's hoping to bag a late Victorian military campaign chest.
What would you like for that? Would you like me to give you a bid on it?
If you give me a bid on it, I would figure.
500 quid?
I wasn't so far off that.
What would you like?
700?
We're going to meet at 6, aren't we?
We're going to read at 6.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, I don't think you want these.
No.
I'll chuck
That's
these
your
in for
old-
another tenner. Look,
Very nice
You've
mortar.
got
Look at
my
the mor-
school name in, you know.
Have they really?
fantastic. They're antique. They're antique. They're possibly older than you. Bloody hell.
It'll make a great piece of furniture for somebody, really useful, last forever, and always stylish, always chic, those things. Love them.
Tour of Tissington's interior done, Sir Richard leads the boys to its outbuildings.
Well, mind your head. Well, I have to. Barry, come on in and have a good dig. Do you like that dresser?
Yeah.
Half a dresser.
Half a dresser. Where's the rest of it?
Well, do you know what? I've no idea.
Tell me about this table.
Table, that I think is a sewing table or something like that.
Definitely some sort of workbench, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually they're jewellers' ones. Richard says he's always thought of this as, it's like a sewing table, embroidery table it was used for. It's bleached out to a nice colour, drawer at one end, but then it has this curve cut into it. Now, I've seen this loads of times, but only on sort of silversmithing and jewellery and watch repair tables, because they want to be able to get really close into the piece. What do you take for that then? I've got a figure in mind.
What is it?
250.
I was at 400.
I can't move much at all, to be honest with you. It's an oddball. It's got some saleability because it's so odd.
300?
That's the absolute maximum I can go to on it.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll have it.
Thanks, Drew.
Marvellous. So, 10 years later, same shed, another table. We haven't moved on, have we?
No.
We're not getting anywhere, are we? I end up paying £300, which I think is probably all its money, really. But, you know, when you're at these houses, you just got to buy what you can, because, you know, the opportunities don't come along all the time. It's definitely different, and if you just bring different things to the market, it can work. It's got a good history, though, as well, hasn't it? Perfect provenance.
With the day drawing to a close, it's time for Drew to choose 4 dining chairs for Craig to restore.
That one's savable.
That's savable. I can repair the leather on this, so that's savable. That one's had a bit of work done on the woodwork, but the
That's
leather, I can
savable.
save that. That one there, I can
That one's all right.
repair that leather.
I think those 4 will do. But, you know, we're talking El Cheapo.
El Cheapo.
El Cheapo.
So, out of 11, you want the 4 of them,
4,
do you?
and I'm going to give you £100 for them, and no more money than that. That's it.
Done.
You're doing well.
£100. Thanks very much.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. That solves the problem. We managed to find, luckily, 4 good ones amongst them. And then Craig can take them straight way back now. When we drop everything off, they can go straight into his workshops and get them done straight away. Right, let's get the van and get loaded up.
Right,
Get the van
okay.
loaded up.
We'll
Loaded
do.
up.
Right.
Marvellous. It's always a joy and a privilege to be let into buildings like this, and we get to see the bits that most people don't see and get to take bits of it home if we're good. Favourite item of the day clearly is going to be the campaign chest. I love these things. They're just super bits of kit. They work anywhere, they're utterly indestructible, and they keep turning up, and I'll keep buying them.
It's been a really great day. I hope Drew's had a lot of fun. I've certainly had a lot of fun, and I've got nice and hot and clammy having scoured all over the house for those 11 chairs.
That was all right. Yeah. Nice to see Sir Richard again. He is a right giggle. I like
He
him.
was really nice for it.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
And we got some good things. Well, I got a table that has a cutout for my stomach. I've got some shabby dining chairs for you to do some work to. And I've got quite a nice little campaign chest. An unusual one, to say the least. Well, no, we did well there. A good day.
Yes.
A good day out.
Back in Conway at Drew Pritchard Limited, the Peak District busts are already out on display. Meanwhile, on Drew's instruction, Craig wastes no time restoring the 4 Tissington Hall chairs.
They need a bit of maintenance. This particular chair has got a big rip in it, and when I say a big rip, it's probably a third of the seat. So to repair that, I'm going to use a piece of leather, and this is old leather, but it's very, very strong.
Craig cuts a leather patch to size and fits it under the tear.
That's that in there. So the next step for this is glue the edge of this leather to the patch. And with this, I'm lifting this side of the leather, pasting the glue on both surfaces. So it's going onto the seat leather and onto the patch. What you've got to be very careful of is not to apply too much glue. Because the leather is so dry and so old, what happens is the glue absorbs into it. Now, if you apply too much glue, it actually soaks into it and stains it and comes through the other side. The front ends come out really well on this. It's all pulled together at the front really well. The back hasn't pulled together too well, but when I come to colour that and wax it, that's going to be fine. The next step for this chair is to feed the leather, and feeding it is basically the same as moisturising your skin. So this colour I'm using here is actually quite a good match to the original. As I'm coming down the side, you can see it's not far off the original, that. That's looking really good. While this is soaking in and drying, I will give the woodwork a light coat of French polish. Right, that's one chair from Tissington finished. Still got that aged look that Drew likes, so that's one down, 3 more to go.
Continuing their search for quality, today Drew and Craig are travelling cross-country to Lincolnshire to visit somewhere that could be a perfect one-stop destination for Drew.
Today, we're off to Hemswell Antique Centre, and it apparently, right, is the largest antique centre in Europe.
Oh, plenty to go at then.
Plenty to go at. You know the stock I need, I'm looking for some nice quality bits.
I'll keep my eye open then.
Yeah.
Near the market town of Gainsborough, on the site of a former RAF base, sits Hemswell Antique Centre. Set over 4 buildings, it's the largest of its type in Europe. 375 dealers share 65,000 square feet here, showcasing fine antiques, furniture, lighting, art, and much more besides. Hemswell's owner is Robert Miller.
You've got a huge range of stock here at Hemswell. We have hundreds of thousands of items, anything ranging from £1 up to £10,000. There'll be plenty of items for Drew to find here today.
There we go.
That's magic.
I know, it's fabulous, isn't it? Hello there.
Morning, gentlemen.
Hi, Drew, how you doing?
Welcome to Hemswell.
Hi, Craig.
Marvellous. Well, I've never been here before.
You've got a real surprise awaiting you today. There's lots to see here. We've got 4 buildings full of antiques.
It's going to keep you busy, yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Lovely, isn't it?
What a strange thing.
Just come in, that has.
It's an acquired taste, this stuff, but it's still very, very interesting because they're sort of added to and messed about with. But this face is great.
Is that what your hair was like when you had it?
Yeah. It does look a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember
the
having
forehead's
hair.
the same.
Brilliant. You're not coming again. My first trip to Hemswell Antique Centre, and I think you have to really come here to acknowledge just and understand just how big this place is. And this isn't just big, it's a whopper. My opinion, as you know, on antique centres is they're just the best thing for a dealer. You know, it's like a one-stop supermarket for me. I'm able to come here, hopefully, buy multiple items. Yeah, what about this little hippo here? Buy loads of these. We walk around the corner and there was a little leather, what everybody calls a little Liberty hippo, because they were retailed through Liberty. And this is quite a good one, actually. It's in nice condition. Tails on there, remnants of the ears. Still has its tusks. So, not bad at all.
This leather hippo is in the style of an immerser, the Essex upholsterer who began handcrafting animals from leather offcuts in 1927. Hippos were a 1970s bestseller at Liberty of London and American stockist Abercrombie & Fitch. In good condition, this copy could be worth around £250.
No price.
I think it was 135. I can do it for £100, straight £100 on that one.
It's nice, that.
£100, yeah?
Yeah, can do that. Brilliant. Excellent.
Lovely
Thank
job.
you.
It was a good price. We'll give it a good clean and a polish, put it in the shop. We'll make £50, £60 on that one. It's a good mix, isn't it?
Yeah, massive mix. There's a tea storage jar there. Look about that.
God, yeah,
That's a
look at
bit
that one.
there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Do you know there was a shop in Llanrwst when I was a kid, yeah? And when you go out of school, and you went into the sweet shop, yeah, and he had the whole wall full. The whole lot, floor to ceiling in these.
Fantastic.
That's a rare little beast, that, isn't it?
That is.
Proper one.
That came in yesterday, that did.
Oh, what? When tea was such a commodity, it's a huge, expensive commodity. there's this very large tea caddy. Now, it's not your normal tea caddy you'd have in the kitchen. This is one that would be in a retailer's shop. I'm not completely convinced the top is absolutely original, but that doesn't matter because it looks right and the age and material used are right. It's got this first paint to the tin. It's in pretty good condition, but it's a good size. It's a good size and people use them for all sorts. 325. What do you think?
What can I do on it? What about 275?
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is in Lincolnshire at Europe's largest antique centre.
Well, I've never been here before.
You've got a real surprise awaiting you today.
Where he's hoping to buy a giant tea caddy.
325. What do you think?
What can I do on it? What about 275?
What about 250?
I'll meet you in the middle, 265.
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have that. Won't see many of them around. Paid 265 for the tea caddy. I think I can get 350 out of it, so we'll make £85, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But there is no work to do on that one. Maybe tighten up a little hinge, bit of a wipe. It'll be about that, really. Ooh, lovely. Bit of cold painted bronze. I do really love that stuff. Cockatoo, second at 165. What would you be able to do on him?
I would have to give him a call because he's quite strict on his prices.
Is he?
So,
OK.
yeah.
There's one chap who's got this case, and it's just really interesting stuff. But amongst them, he has a Austrian cold-painted bronze cockatoo. They're really, really nice quality, these things. And I seem to be able to buy and sell them almost the same day. They will come in and shoot out the door, literally fly out.
This turn of the 20th century bronze cockatoo is stamped Franz Bergmann, which was one of the best-known manufacturers of individually cast, cold-painted Vienna bronzes around that time. In aged original condition, this high-end collectible could be worth around £350.
OK, gents, I've just spoken to the dealer over this, and he will do 10% on this one, so the best would be 148.
Yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, I love that. I think we can make 50 quid on it. 148 we end up paying for it. That's great. I will get just over £200 for it. So again, it's a small turn, but there's no work to do. The prices I'm getting things for, great. Really good. You know, it's leaving me margins in them. When I'm looking at things and there's not the margin in it, no matter, you know, I've got to walk away from it. But with the things I've found so far and bought, the margin is there.
With time ticking on, Drew heads upstairs.
God, it just goes on, doesn't it? I have
Loads
to say, it is extremely well put together. That's nice. That's nice. Having a wander around upstairs, and there's this lantern. Instantly, I'm in love with this thing. It's got it all. The form is just right. It hasn't been over-polished too much at all. It hasn't been polished in a long time, which is great. They've got it, as far as I'm concerned, incorrectly marked as French 1940s. Not in my book. That's English 1850s, 1860s, that thing, and of real quality. It's a good thing, that one.
This cast brass hall lantern on fixed supports boasts original wheel-cut beveled glass. Its simple lines and patinated brass frame suggest it is of classic mid-19th century English country house design, making it worth an illuminating £1,200.
What can that be?
I can do 285 on that.
Sold. Lovely, I'm having that, thank you. Best buy of the day.
Yep.
That is a little belter. We get it for just under 300 quid. Happy days. What a thing. I would travel far and wide to go and get that. Very nice. Got it all. Form, originality, style, it's chic. It's unrestored original. It's great.
With so many items on offer and the day drawing to a close, Drew finally moves on to Hemswell's second of 4 buildings.
What was this building before?
These were dormitory buildings for the RAF.
What the whole site was that sort of...
It's where the Lancaster bombers flew from in the Second World War.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. $375. Scottish by the looks of it. Go into one of the larger rooms downstairs, which used to be, I think, the barracks. Have a wander around in there, and then as I turn around to leave, on the right there was a pitch pine chest of drawers. It's particularly well made for a piece of pine furniture. Usually they would reserve that sort of quality for oak or mahogany.
This 1880s 5-drawer chest, probably made in Scotland, is constructed from sturdy but richly coloured pitch pine. In the manner of the aesthetic movement, its painted line decoration and original brass pulls mean it could be worth around £700.
So how much is it?
It's 375.
Can we do 3?
340. That's the best I can do on it, really.
Yeah, we'll have that.
Okay, lovely. Thanks very much.
Yeah, happy with that. Fab. At £340, that will more than double its money. Highly unusual and extremely original. Very nice thing. Again, classic country house furniture, that. My first visit to Helmswell, cannot believe in the 3 decades I've been involved in the antiques industry, I've not been here. What a great place. I bought so well. The overriding thing today is quality and unrestored original. That's what I like. That's my thing. And I was able to achieve that here today. Well, there you go. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's a good day, that.
We did well.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some properly good things there.
That lamp was stunning, though.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a £1,200 lamp.
Yeah.
That's an absolute gem. We did well.
Yeah.
We tied that stuff in properly in the back.
Oh, I haven't even tied it in. I've just thrown it in. Is that not the right thing to do?
The quality pickings from Drew's latest buying trips have been a success. The Tissington military campaign chest sold almost immediately, quick marching to a private client's Stockport home. The Victorian hall light from Hemswell should prove a real turn-on at over £1,000.
This is a particularly good one in a great size, so somebody's going to have to stump up to get that one.
And as Drew predicted, the Peak District pilasters were a profitable purchase.
We got them back, just literally dusted them down, put them on the website, and they sold immediately, and they've gone abroad. I think they've gone to Switzerland to a new build project.